everybody, 'tis I, the Rumpled One. No, the camera's not broke. What really matters? Our eyes play tricks on us. A lot of times people will choose things because of how they appear. But is that really what matters, appearance? Think about it. If you didn't have the sense of sight, if you were blind, what would matter? Would the color of your clothes matter? Color of your car? Color of the walls? How things look? Would any of that matter to you? Would it? How would you choose if you couldn't see? One reason I'm making this video is because I've been pondering this for a long time. For example, if you're working on something and maybe you mess up, you don't get the finish quite right. So every time you look at it, you know you didn't get it quite right. But does it matter? Does it still function? I mean, I recently installed a kitchen sink and I didn't have the collet for my router, so I had to use a jigsaw to cut out the hole and put the sink in. And it's not as pretty as it would be had I had my router. Does it matter? I mean, I hooked up the sink, water runs, it drains, it doesn't leak. So should I allow that to bother me? Remember that picnic table I made? Well, the finish isn't perfect. There's a couple blobs there, but it still functions as a picnic table. Should I let that appearance bother me? Does it really matter? Do you see where I'm going with this? I mean, some of you have commented on all the different caps I wear. You notice it's like, wow, you've got a lot of caps. Does it matter what cap I wear? Does it matter what clothes I wear? One of my favorite Confucius sayings is, man willing to learn, but ashamed of his clothes. I have nothing to say to this man. Let that sink in for a moment. As preppers, some of us at some times might get caught up in that tactical look or that military look. But does that really have anything to do with what we're trying to accomplish? How about the car you drive? You picked it out, why? For function or look? A combination of both? And how do you feel when you show up at an event and somebody has the same make, model car or truck as you, but theirs just looks a little cooler? Maybe they painted it a different scheme. Maybe they've got better wheels or tires. How do you feel about that? What do you think? What happens? What makes you think that? I mean, I think most guys know when we were younger, or maybe you are a younger man, you look at the hot chick. You want the good-looking woman. But as you get older, you learn a lot of times they could be high maintenance. They're not a lot of fun to be with. Or maybe you'll look at a couple and you go, wow, what's a hot babe like that doing with a dud like that? Well, maybe that guy knows how to treat a woman. Maybe that woman's not so hung up on appearance. And where do we learn these things in the first place? It's tough because you could say, well, yeah, appearance doesn't matter, but then if you take anything to the extreme, that's not saying that you shouldn't be well groomed or you should allow your place to be trashy. I mean, that was one of the things that was bothering me about my rural location when I first moved back. There's just all this trash in the yard. And it took me months, but I've just about got it taken care of. There's still a couple of big items, the boat and the van, that need to go, and there's some other cleanup areas, but probably sometime next year I'll have it all nice and neat the way I like it. So it's a fine line, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's a big thick line. It should be easy to see the difference between not taking appearance so seriously versus using it as an excuse not to do that which needs to be done. Tell me what you think. Tell me what matters to you. I mean, a lot of times people have a knee-jerk reaction, oh, family, love, things like that. But that's not exactly what I'm talking about here. Or maybe it is. I'd like to know what matters to you. Video response would be nice. If you're afraid to get on camera, I understand. You can just send a reply. But put it out in public so everybody can see and benefit and learn. I'm curious to know what matters to you.